Hello, beautifuls, and welcome to the Fierce Awakened Woman 2022 Creativity Jam. And hello, beautifuls, and welcome to... I always forget that I need to turn off the YouTube recording. Here we are, it's another day. Welcome to the 2022 Creativity Jam for Saturday, May 7th. I've got to say, I need just a minute to sort of just shake a little bit. It takes a lot of energy to put all of this together, and this morning I had a bunch of things just getting the Instagrams ready and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to give myself a little shake, come back to you guys, and we are ready to go. If you want to give yourself a little shake, I don't know where you are in the world, you could tell me in the chat. I am just outside of Barcelona, so it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, my time in Europe. So this is my morning practice, and I'm showing up like this today, and it's going to be awesome. Really, we have such a fabulous lineup today. Yesterday had me over the moon with so many different aspects of trying to create and strengthen our creativity muscles. And today we're really going to nurture this feeling all the way through. And like we did yesterday, I already lit a candle back there just before I went live. And today I am again going to light an incense candle, incense for you guys. Again, this is an incense I found somewhere in a little shop in India, and it's become my favorite incense. So I offer this light to all of us, wherever we are right now, as a way to come into connection with ourselves, to align our bodies and minds and hearts and spirits, first with ourselves, and then within our circle, globally, those that are present here on the call right now, and those that are going to be watching the replay later. We are creating a ripple effect simply by showing up for yourself, showing up for this conference, absorbing whatever it is that you want to learn today, bringing it forward into your life and showing others also this path. So with that sense of unity, let joy lead our fierce awakenings as we move through different stages of life and different pivots of life. Whatever emotional state or thought stage we're in today, just let it all be here. Sometimes it will vibrate at a different level. Sometimes it will be high energy, and sometimes it will be lower energy. Just allow yourself to move through all of it. So I send out the smoke and send it out into the air for all of us, calling in the elements, calling in. If you saw Peggy Moore's session yesterday, we're going to call in particularly the ancestors of the South, which for me is over here. And this is our creative fire. This is the dance of life. This is where we have our spark. So we'll call in all of the elements. We can start here and just kind of walk around. I'm not doing this in the best way. Peggy does a much better job of all of this, but that we're guided today to hear and to do what we're needed to do today and who we are becoming. And on that note, we're going to start our session today. I'll give you some updates about what's happening the rest of the day in a few minutes. For the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to have a bit of a meditative journey. And the meditative journey is going to be contemplative. Feel free to have a pen and paper nearby. If you have a flash of a thought, you can feel free to jot something down. You can hold it in your heart, you could hold it in your mind, but don't linger on it too long. These are sort of first thought, best thought instances here. Welcome to everybody who's just joining us too. I saw a couple people pop in, so thank you. I want to acknowledge you and your presence. So in this moment, just come into a seated position if you can. I'm guiding standing up. You can stand for this. You could lay down for this. Find a place that makes you feel comfortable. If you're sitting on the floor, you can be cross-legged. You might want to add a cushion underneath your bottom, just to lift your sit bones a little higher than your knees. I find that to be a little bit more comfortable. One of the positions I'm loving doing my meditation in right now is to create an L shape with my body. Swing my legs up against the wall and just let my back touch the ground and the floor. So if that's a position that's comfortable for you, do that. And at any moment during this sort of contemplative, meditative flow, creative flow, allow yourself to change positions. If you started one way and you want to change, go ahead and change that. It's okay. Today we're going to look at the question of how we let joy lead. How can it be a key performance indicator in our life? And I'll take you through that process of sort of stripping back where we've been and where we're going, or where I hope we can start going all together collectively. And that's my work, is to help guide joy journeys. In whatever position you're in, allow yourself to feel grounded and rooted into the earth. Whatever that feels like for you today. You may notice all of the points of your body that are touching the ground. You may be noticing your cycle of breath coming in and out of your nose. You may feel some sensation of being connected to the earth in some different way. Using our earth as always our grounding moment, allowing your body to get comfortable with the feeling that we are connected to the earth as much as we are connected to the sky. In that sense, roll your shoulders down and back. Begin to notice what it feels like to have a strong back and a soft front, soft belly, soft heart, soft lungs. Feeling an openness, a willingness to receive here, and also trusting that our back body is protecting us. Notice what that feels like for you today. And it might feel different from one moment to the next. But playing with that, playing with this idea that we are strong and fierce. We have warrior qualities. But we are also tender and gentle, compassionate with ourselves as we go on this journey. You could do this with your eyes open or with your eyes closed. If you leave your eyes open, drop your eyelids a bit so that they are in a downward gaze, not looking at anything particularly, just a soft, diffused gaze, kind of like you're looking through fog. Softening the muscles behind our eyes. We take so much information with our eyes. So allowing them in the middle of your brain to just feel that relaxation starting to come. Your mind will wander. It's what your mind will do. You may experience a sense of energy or vitality. You may feel a sense of boredom. It's okay, we're just going to go through that. Notice if there are any sounds in your space, in your room that you're sitting in your community, out on the street, your neighborhood. They will be part of our journey today as well. Taking a deep breath in, sighing it all out through your mouth. Do that one more time. Feeling alignment. Feeling that your mind, your body, your heart, and spirit are aligned. That in all the versions of you, you are whole. You are complete. And you are constantly discovering who you are becoming. If that doesn't feel present for you today, lean into the possibility of that. Noticing any sensations and feelings that come up with that. Welcoming them in as a whole and complete, beautiful human being. Letting go once again. Letting go of anything that's not useful to you in this moment. The stress, the anxiety, any lingering sense of concern or worry. We are all here with the divine timing. And there's no right or wrong way to do any of this. Trust yourself. And thank you for trusting me to take you a little bit deeper. One of the things I do in many of my workshops and with one-on-one mentees is I ask them to consider their most significant milestone moments of their life. And I'll ask you to do the same. Think of a few experiences in your life that have mattered the most, that have helped you expand. Maybe it was a moment of success and achievement. Maybe there was also a contraction. Something very significant happened in your life and you pulled inwards. Bring to mind just a few of those moments. It may have been a birth of a child. It may have been a death of a relative. It may have been a very important success at work. It may have been a long walk in the woods where you got an instant aha moment and that changed forever the course of your life. Find your experience. Allow your mind to collect that experience. Not lingering on the story of it, just allowing a snapshot of that moment to come to mind. And from this buffet table of experiences that you've already lived, pick one or two that feel particularly special to you. And then boil it down, pick one. You can come back and revisit some of the other ones later. But for now, hold in all of your alignment with your mind and your body and your heart and your spirit this one significant milestone moment of your life. And now go a little deeper and remember what was the driving force behind that moment. What happened just before that moment? What state of mind were you in? What emotional state of mind were you in? What was your environment like? And see if you can start pinpointing whether this significant milestone was fueled by your own desire, if it was fueled by society's desire and expectations of you, if it was driven and inspired by some cosmic connection that you may have had, some breadcrumb that you followed and it led you to this moment unexpectedly. Just beginning to notice what influenced the decision or the arrival at this moment. Taking that in and just maybe for the first time in a long time noticing that. Noticing what has influenced some of your significant milestone moments. And then with this bit of clarity and precision, name the emotion you felt, if you can remember it, when you arrived at this significant milestone moment. Did you arrive here out of joy? Did you arrive here out of a feeling of satisfaction that you had achieved something and you were proud of it? Or someone else was proud of you? Did you arrive in this moment because there was a sadness? Was there anger? Was there fear? Was there confidence? Was there enthusiasm? Motivation? Find your word. Find the feeling that led you there. I've noticed doing these workshops with myself, or doing these sessions with myself, I've noticed that many of my milestone moments were fueled by my desire to feel productive. And then I've noticed that many of those desires were fueled from things I've learned in my life, that my worth is measured against my productivity. Productivity has been a key performance indicator through most of my life until my late 40s. I wonder if you have a similar experience. And noticing now, as we extend gratitude to whatever significant milestone came up. And whatever was the driving force for you behind that, and whatever emotion has been present for you as you've hit significant moments in your lifetime, allow there to be a sense of gratitude. All of these moments have shown you aspects of yourself and flavors and versions of you in moments of time throughout all of your history. And blow that memory out into the universe. Just let it go. Let it dissolve like a feather touching a bubble. Coming back into this moment in time, the moment from which, with fierceness and strength and softness and compassion and tenderness, we can bring up another moment. We can bring up a moment of how we are in this moment. And for the sake of this contemplation, let's allow this moment to be a significant moment. A milestone on your joy journey path. And allowing yourself to just think again, what happened just before this moment? How did you arrive here? What led you here? What expectation did you come with, if any at all? And again, noticing the feeling you might have about it, and naming this emotion, naming whatever emotion is here for you right now. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's a first thought, best thought. Don't overthink it. Allowing you a moment to embrace this emotion. Again, with all of the versions of you that are here right now. And all the versions of me that are here right now. Taking a breath in and out. And now asking the question, what could this moment and all the moments that come after it look like if we infused it with a bit of joy? Joy has many, many flavors. Joy is both our essence and a quality that we can cultivate. And in its versions of joy, there might be pleasure, there might be delight, there might be rejoicing, there might be a small moment of excitement. Happiness may fall into joy as well. There may be joy when other people have achieved things, not just for yourself. Joy may come up as laughter. It may also come as tears. Sadness and joy sometimes come together. The releasing of sadness bubbles up with joy. So if we invite all of the versions of joy, and whatever joy means to you, how can we begin to re-measure our life through the idea of having a joyful mind, of having a joyful body, of having a joyful heart, of having a joyful spirit, which is already our essence, and returning to that? What if we began to think from this moment onwards about a 30-year joy journey? None of us know how much more time we all have on this sweet planet called Earth, but We set up our lives with future goals, things that we want to achieve in life, things that we want to do, maybe who we want to be. All these material possessions that we hope to obtain, spiritual growth that we hope to obtain. But as we keep learning who we are and keep becoming who we are in each moment, what if we began to navigate towards wonder and awe, joy, and then start putting our milestones and our next step action items with a little bit of persistence to achieve that? We've needed a lot of persistence and resilience to get to this moment. What if we, as Natalie Nixon said yesterday, invite both the wonder and the rigor into our joy journey? Can you imagine for one moment what that could look like? And even if you don't have an image of it, lean into the possibility of it. Give this a color. Allow this color in this moment of possibility to let joy lead you in life. Allow it to cascade all over your body. My color for this is often and always a pearly, luminescent, multicolored light. Whatever color you see for you right now, allow it to soak all over your body, to wash over all of your beingness. And you may even here begin to find yourself stroking yourself, allowing this to fuse into your body, your blood, your veins, every cell of your being, so that you can begin to radiate this light outwards. Bring it inside you. You may want to smell it. You may want to taste it. Whatever this significant moment can look like for you, with joy at the core of it, allow yourself to access that. You might start seeing forms and shapes, images, words. Welcome it all in. And now also take it into your hands. Bring it all into your hands and hold it in the palms of your hands and whisper your own prayer to it. Your own mantra, your own wisdom. Then kiss it and blow it out into the wind. Let it go again, like a feather touching a bubble, watching it dissolve. Watching all of it diffuse out, reaching into the room you're in, reaching out beyond the building that you're in, down the street of your neighborhood. Watching this wish cover your city, your country, and the entire world. See it floating up to the moon, to all of the planets, to the sun, and beyond, to all of the corners of the universe. Take a deep cycle of breath here. Take a nice long inhale. a slow exhale. And do that again. Holding on to the essence that you are joy, and that joy is something you can cultivate. Begin to come back into the room that you're in. Again, noticing the sounds that might be here. Coming back into your body. Feeling your toes wiggle. Wiggling your fingers. Giving yourself a stretch. Waking up your body again. Maybe there's even a little shake. If you're lying down, roll over to one side and begin slowly pulling yourself back up. If you're in a seated position, just give your legs a little bit of a shake or a stretch before coming into a comfortable position, returning to whatever position feels comfortable to you, standing, sitting. And we are going to have a moment of reflection before we go into the next session. And I just want to remind you there's a very full session today. Your event schedule page has all of the details. The next session coming up will be with Mar Guerrero, and we'll do a shamanic breath work that will hopefully take us even deeper into some of the things that we've started in this session. Her session will be live on YouTube, and that information will be streaming live on YouTube, and you'll find some of that information, I think, on the event schedule page. If not, come back into the Zoom room here. We're just going to have a watch party and just continue and flow into this. So I'm going to stop the